Alright guys, so I just threw my hair up in a ponytail and we are going to start on our first recipe for Thanksgiving. I only have 30 minutes though before I have to leave to meet a friend downtown. So I better get moving and I really hope I have enough time. So here are the base ingredients. We have coconut sugar, cacao powder, cacao butter. Not very much of it, I'm almost out. Here's some maca, here's some cashew. I should have been like moving. Oh, and I need to grab the coconut cream, which we may or may not use. Syrup. I know it's not the most wholesome ingredient, but let's get those really ripe bananas out of there. But it is much better than refined table sugar. I'll try to show you everything I'm putting in. But I'm gonna start with, also, just so you know, I do make like every recipe up, so I pretty much just end up seeing how it turns out each time, which, I mean, I don't necessarily recommend, but I am going to try to like do all the proper measurements for you guys, just so if you do want to recreate any of this, you can. So we're making the chocolate, it's pumpkin spice chocolate praline bark. I'm really excited. So I'm just getting a whole cup of cacao powder, which will be the most important ingredient since it is a chocolate bark. And I have to make, there's going to be 10 or 11 of us at this, so I have to make sure that there's enough. They are making pie and everything at Thanksgiving, but I just have to make sure there is enough for everyone. So that's the cacao powder, and I'm just gonna pour it all in the bowl, get it all up in there. And I'm gonna get out a small little baby bowl, and we're gonna do some melting down of the cacao butter. And I was about to just pour it in. See? Bad habits. I'm just gonna do 1/4 cup-ish cacao butter. It's kind of a pain in the butt to melt down. So that's kind of what 1/4 cup looks like. And I'm just tossing it in the microwave right now. So it's gonna go in there for 30 seconds. So you're just gonna want to melt down your cacao butter. This step is not necessary. I just think it'll be like more real chocolatey. Oh, that's my spoon. Do you guys ever do this when you bake? Do you lose? Did I put it back? Guys, I lost my spoon. Oh, never mind, I left it in the cacao. It's all good. So I'm just gonna stir it around. Oh, and I'm gonna need coconut oil. Otherwise, it won't, because you have to freeze it to get it to totally solidify. And you don't want it to, no! You don't want it to completely melt when you take it out of the like refrigerator or freezer. And then see that's kind of what you want. And then this is one of the most important ingredients for making vegan chocolate, in my personal opinion. Alright, so now that it's all, looks kind of like whipped butter, I'm just gonna take, this is probably like 1/4 cup. Like this would fit in the 1/4 cup thing. And then we're gonna slowly, very slowly, let it kind of mix and start to melt and like warm up those oils. So I'll show you what this looks like. I have to go wash my hand because my fingers are covered in cacao butter, and I may end up using more, but I don't know. I think liquid should be like half of dry ingredients. Then we're gonna add a little coconut oil. This is just Luana. I'm not really a coconut oil connoisseur. This is probably not the best brand you could ever get, but that's okay. And we're just gonna take a heaped tablespoon. I shouldn't have washed my hands, I just touched it again. And then I think I'm gonna do, we want it to be sweet, but not too sweet. because I'm going to be putting in vegan marshmallow, candied almonds into this to make it like, it's gonna be more like bark. I don't think brittle is a term used to describe chocolate. So I'm using 1/3 of a cup, and it's gonna be really sweet, but hopefully not too sweet. But since all this is like raw cacao, it's gonna be super, super rich and chocolatey and harsh. So I'm using 1/3 of a cup of coconut sugar because I do like things sweet. I'm gonna do 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup. This is a little less. And we're just gonna let that kind of pour in there. I'm gonna start stirring all of it. We may have to reheat this whole shebang just to get all the ingredients incorporated. The hardest part is incorporating liquid ingredients together. So this is going to end up very liquidy because it's supposed to. It's chocolate, melted chocolate. It's very liquidy, but like thick, very thick liquidy. And there it is. That's the liquid mixture made with maple syrup, coconut oil, cashew butter, and cacao butter. And then I'm gonna whisk this all together with a spoon, so it's not really whisking it. I'm gonna stir this all together, and it's just oh, I forgot the maca powder. And I'm just gonna do like a tablespoon of that. I like to add, not even, this is like half a tablespoon. I like to add things like maca powder because I think whatever you eat there should always be something it will help you with, like a purpose. So cacao, it has a lot of iron, which as someone who struggles to get in all their iron, it's very good for me. And then maca is great for hormone balancing, and for teenage girls especially, that is awesome. And I'm just gonna pour this all in. I'm so sorry, I wish this would be a little bit more precise, but I just don't bake in a very precise way, which I know it's frustrating to people because like cooking and stuff is like a science or whatever, but I think it should also be fun. And this is very much like a dry as heck batter. So I'm gonna taste it. It actually tastes very similar to like milk chocolate. So I'm just gonna basically add the same ingredients that I just added. So another heaped tablespoon of the coconut oil. And then, I'm not even gonna worry about it, another heaped tablespoon of cashew butter. And then we're gonna just do, I'm sorry, the lighting's really bad, guys. And do some cacao butter. And we're just gonna pop it in the microwave. Here are the marshmallows I'm gonna be using. They're really good. They're the Danny's all natural pumpkin ones. It is certainly toasty, guys. And this one's gonna be more liquidy than that last one because last time we added almost 1/4 of a cup cashew butter, and this time we just kind of added a tablespoon, but still added all of the wet ingredients because it's so dry. And that was probably about a tablespoon, 1.5 tablespoons. Oh, this is much better. It's still a bit thick for my liking, guys. I'm struggling. It looks a lot like a brownie batter, like a thick brownie batter. It's good. I've tasted it. It's pretty good. It's really rich. So now I'm just going to add another 1/4 cup of maple syrup. And then we're going to build from there. I think I might add a dash of this coconut milk. And then we're going to do 2 big scoops of coconut cream and a dash of the liquid. I'm almost done. My battery's like flashing at me, telling me it's about to die. Alright, I may end up having to show you the final product. Here is, it's a little thinner. It still needs to be less like brownie batter. I'm going to coat the bottom of this with marshmallows and these candied pecans. which look amazing. So I'm gonna coat the bottom of this pan with those, and then when this is thin enough, I'm gonna pour it over. Oh, we're gonna see how far I get before my camera dies. So I'm pouring in basically the rest of the liquid. And we're just gonna try to stop sloshing it all about. It tastes great. Yeah, that looks good. So, here is the finished chocolate. It's still a little thick, but it's gonna be so good. So let me quick cover the bottom of this pan. I'm trying to work fast, I know, sorry. Alright, so it's like evenly spread out, or as evenly as you can. And then some of the candied nuts. And I'm gonna coat it with the chocolate, which is so thick. And then you're just gonna wanna smooth it out over all of it.